But joining us now to discuss some of the primary races, what to be watching for, is the host of Dick Morris Democracy and the author of the book, The Return, Trump's Big 2024 Comeback, Dick Morris. Dick, welcome in. Good to see you today. So let's get to it. Primary day. Let's start in New York, huh?
Yeah, the most important race in the country today is the one about Mahoney against Biaggi, because this tells us whether the Democratic Party is bent on suicide or not. It's like the 800 hotline phone call. Mahoney is the establishment Democrat. In fact, he's the chairman of the Democratic Campaign Committee for House members. And Biaggi, despite being the granddaughter or something of Mario Biaggi, who is a stalwart Republican, is the ultimate, the stalwart Democrat, is the ultimate AOC radical. In fact, if she wins, I think she'll vie with AOC for the leadership of being the spokesman for the movement. And if Biaggi is able to defeat Mahoney, this would be a signal that the Democratic Party has just gone off the deep end, and that's a serious issue. I believe that, I talked about in my book, The Return, whenever a liberal left-wing party loses an election, they always move to the left. You saw that when McGovern and Dukakis were nominated after Carter lost, and Foote and Kinnock nominated after Thatcher defeated Callahan in Britain. And what happens is the moderates leave the Democratic primary, and the only people left there are the certified inmates who are very radical. And I think that may be happening here, which would be very significant. The Florida race, I don't think is very significant. Charlie Crist is trying to be like the recurring bad dream that keeps him back in Florida. This is his third shot for governor. When he was governor, he governed slightly to the left. Then he came back and ran for Congress, running to the right. And now he's trying to find his footing. But none of them are going to beat DeSantis. But the New York primary is very significant because it tells us whether the Democratic Party is indeed moving so far to the left that none of the candidates they nominate can possibly be elected. That's what we'll see.
Get that 1-800-suicide hotline. You said it's whether they want to do suicide or not. I do think Florida is interesting just because, I'm based down here, Dick, and, DeSantis is just so popular. Even Kathy Hochul's comments saying, to the rivals last night saying, oh, you're not real New Yorkers, move to Florida. We've seen New Yorkers come down to Florida and enjoy it, maskless. So I do think it is interesting that, they're going to make an effort here. But like you said, DeSantis, he's just he's powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. And I think that he's very strong. You also showed Nadler against Maloney. That's the ultimate spectator sport for Republicans because the two most liberal members of Congress are going at each other. And Jerry Nadler was my high school and college roommate.
Oh, wow.
And I ran his first campaigns for public office. But, in that district in New York, it's a small d Democratic district like the rest of the country. People vote and they choose their leaders. But in that district, there is no democracy. The New York Times rules with an absolute iron fist. The New York Times has endorsed Nadler, and that means Nadler is going to win. And the Times told Nadler and Maloney, don't criticize each other. Don't attack each other. We'll think badly about that. And as a result, they went to a debate, which was a love fest between them because nobody wanted to alienate the editorial board.
Yeah, right.
The Wizard of Oz, where there's this all fire and brimstone. There's this little guy pulling the strings. Well, that's what it is when you meet the New York Times editorial board. It's the New York Times, but then you meet the people in charge of it and you realize how crazy left they are. Wow. And they're obsessed with their own power. And if Nadler wins, as I expect he will, you'll see what George Stephanopoulos once told me, the New York Times still rules.
Well, there you go. Dick Morris, great analysis of today's important primary races. And a reminder, everybody, you want to pick up The Return, Trump's Big 2024 Comeback. It is a great, fantastic read. Dick, thanks for being with us. Appreciate it.
Great.
And Dick's not going anywhere. He's with us all day today. In fact, he's going to be joined by Sean Kreisman and John McLaughlin starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, only here on Newsmax. We have our special primary election coverage later on this evening.